Hare Krishna. So Krishna is giving his final opinion that Dana, Tapa, Yajna, these activities shouldn't be given up because they purify even the great souls. Now Krishna is giving his final, he's concluding his opinion now in one shloka. That is shloka number 6. Let's see that now. Etanyapi tu karmani sangam tyaktva falani cha kartavyani me partha nishchitam matam uttamam. So here Krishna is saying, Etani api tu, all these activities should be performed, karmani, sangam tyaktva falani cha. How it should be performed? Sangam tyaktva falani cha, without attachment or expectation of result. And then, kartavya niti me partha. Oh partha, these activities should be performed how? As a matter of duty. Nishchitam matam uttamam. That is my final opinion and it is uttamam, it is best. See, till now Krishna was speaking about the activities. Don't give up this activity, that activity, etc. But now Krishna is talking about how those activities should be done. That is spoken here in this particular shloka. See, one thing we have to understand, now this is the basis of all the things that we are discussing, the activities that we do. So activities in itself is not a problem. It's not that we do an activity and that will give us a reaction. It's not about activity. It's about the mood in which the activity is done. If the person is thinking that I am the doer and the results of this activity are mine, such a person will have to face the reaction of those activities. So Krishna here is giving us a very, very important thumb rule of how to perform any activity. And there is no need to give up any activity. So here it is said, although all sacrifices are purifying, one should not expect any result by such performances. In other words, all sacrifices which are meant for material advancement in life should be given up, but sacrifices that purify one's existence and elevate one to spiritual plane should not be stopped. See, there are various activities which might aim at some material result. The person might think that, oh okay, I would get this particular thing if I do this particular activity, materially. So Prabhupada is saying here that why to do those activities? Give it up. But then we should not give up those activities which will help us to get closer to Krishna. All those different activities which are devotional, which will help us to render our devotional service, those activities should not be given up. Because if we give up the devotional activity which will help us to do devotional service, then where is the scope for purification? So it's very important to note that one has to continue doing devotional service. All those activities which are in line with devotional service should be done without thinking that, oh, this particular activity might cause some bondage, that particular activity might cause some bondage. If it is in line with Krishna consciousness, if it is done in a proper mode, it will not cause any bondage. This has to be very clear. So it is said, any service that we do should come through the parampara, through our authority. So when it comes through the authorities, it is a bona fide service that we have got. And when we do that particular activity, there is no question of any bondage, but we will get a lot of spiritual credit which will help us to advance spiritually. Many times people say, devotees ask that, I am doing devotional service, but then I have some desires, spiritual desires. Is it right to have spiritual desires? Is it right to pray for spiritual advancement? And the answer is yes. It is very much correct to pray for spiritual advancement. But then we are doing still business. No, it is not business. Why? Business is like I have some interest. I have some interest and the other person has some other interest. And now I want to get my interest to be fulfilled. So no, I do business with some other person. But now my interest and the other person's interest is same. Then where is the question of business then? There is no give and take happening. Yes. Here, Krishna wants us to go back home, back to Godhead. He wants us to be with Him in the spiritual world. And we are also desiring to be with Krishna in the spiritual world. This is actually called as being in line with Krishna's desire. So when we are in line with Krishna's desire, then how is it business? In fact, it is pure devotional service. So one should be very eager, one should be very eager and hankering to go back home, back to Godhead. And one should see, okay, these activities which I am doing in my day-to-day life, are they taking me closer to Krishna or not? This question is a very, very important question. If it is taking me closer to Krishna, then yes, I'll continue to do it. But then if it is not taking me closer to Krishna, then I should think twice before doing it. In this way, here it is said that those activities which elevate us to spiritual platform, that shouldn't be given up. Everything that leads to Krishna consciousness must be encouraged. In Srimad Bhagavatam also it is said that any activity which leads to devotional service to the Lord should be accepted. A devotee of the Lord should accept any kind of work, sacrifice or charity which will help him in the discharge of devotional service to the Lord. So we should be very careful. The activities that we are doing, we should analyze and make sure that those activities will surely take us closer to Krishna. If not, then we should be careful. Now by this shloka, what is Krishna trying to tell Arjuna? He is telling that, oh Arjuna, do your duty. Why are you thinking some reactions will come for this duty? Do it. How? Do it as a matter of duty and not expecting any material returns for the same. So Arjuna, get up and fight. So this is the thing which Krishna has mentioned here in the shloka. And now Krishna is going to start describing tyaga in three modes: ignorance, passion and goodness. So let's see the tyaga in tamas or ignorance in the next shloka, in the next video. Hare Krishna.